I feel represented already. Hi, YouTube. Welcome on in. Hey, we're about to get started. Episode número 9. Este capítulo completamente va a ser en español y la razón que lo vamos a hacer en español es porque tenemos una audiencia que la mayoría parece que son de Latinoamérica. So, toda esta reacción, este comentario, todo va a ser en español. ¿Están listos? Bueno, pues, they can't understand. I can't Spanish stream. No, what I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming through. We're going to go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be absolutely... se murió chat. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to get into this. Again, we're going to stop. We're going to talk. We're going to analyze. The whole purpose is to go ahead and break down the characters as much as we possibly can. Because at the end of the day, I mean, this is fucking absolute theater. This is absolute fucking theater, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. This is going to sound weird, but I'm going to ask it. How easy or hard do you think it would be for someone to play either Aqua or Ruby? Like, seeing how thin of a mask or how thin of a veil and how in construction their identities and themselves are, how hard or easy do you think it would be for someone to, like, match or be as similar as possible to either Aqua or Ruby if they themselves don't even know the role that they're playing? I don't miss high school, but I wish they... Only half an hour late, still in the opening analysis. We just got started, DLZ on. Like, mimic them, exactly. Like, how close of a semblance can we go ahead and get, right? Aqua Akon is a cheat code as far as empathy goes. Which, again, this is the beautiful aspect of self, right? When we look at this scenario, we're looking at a scenario where quite literally it showcases in the previous aspect that even though they have this identity of construction that's happening inside of their own minds, right? Where they're framing this perfect identity as to who Aqua and Ruby might necessarily be, inside of themselves, their previous life selves don't fully agree with the necessary transitional changes that are happening in this regard, right? Their past selves don't have stars. Their past selves aren't this, like, son of I, the daughter of I, so on and so forth. They're just two randos out there in the world that could be completed by anybody else, a doctor and his patient, right? In that similar regards. However, the identity as to who Aqua and Ruby are such heavy masks that they have to remove them from time to time. So what will happen when the identity of the true and inner self is there is absolutely connected between them? When they're able to fully have a conversation and be able to go and piece the pieces together and have a discussion about who are you versus who am I? That is the question that's rivaling through my mind. Will they still be able to hold hands and walk up the steps here? Or are they going to more than likely clash? Is there going to be some sort of disdain? Is there going to be some sort of issue with this entire regard where Aqua and Ruby might not necessarily see eye to eye, and if they do see eye to eye, will it be in the wrong way? How so do you differentiate who Aqua is versus who Ruby is and the attachments between them if they don't truly see themselves as, say, even siblings in that regard? Could the OP be reversed and we still make sense? We did that for Frieden, right? True. Is anybody here that could reverse the OP, please? I would be highly interested. Sorry. I'm fucking popping off at the mouth here. Hold on. Hell yeah. Interesting that the version of I that is on the stage, like regardless of trauma brain, right? Um, hold on. I find their past life seems to have been completely cast aside as a plot point. I hope it becomes important in the future. It feels a little wasted as the premise at this point. Book vibes. I have a feeling that this is on purpose, though. Like it's gonna sound weird, but I have a feeling that they're gonna touch on it because they're dropping these hints, right? And they're dropping the hints as though the past life is gonna come through with a lot of fucking weight, a lot of guilt, and it might change the dynamics of the relationships that are presented. But my thing that I'm finding interesting is the way that they like, this is still I the performer and not I the mom. This is not I like the one that's been hurt. This is I the performer. This is not I like, and I guess this is what I'll throw out there, right? And this is something that I've seen. I got a DM from someone. I'll be very upfront about this. Got a DM from someone saying what I thought about the kids' relationship with I. Right? What are they looking for? How do the kids see I? What are they like? What are they seeking for? You guys want me to go ahead and say what I think? Yeah, they were seeking for some sort of attention. They're seeking for some sort of love. They're seeking for some sort of attachment, some sort of whatever, right? Because now you're just no longer a fan. You're her kid, right? Now all of a sudden, mom is amazing. Mom is great. Mom is all of these things. If I couldn't be with her in a past life, guess what? Now we're family. Now this is mom. Now this is someone I love. Now this is someone I care about. This is someone that I'm gonna go ahead and keep in my heart. Not only was she a super idol, now this is wow. I got to see mom from all sorts of perspective, right? And even then, it's someone to attach to because what greater love, right, can there be? And this is gonna get fucking weird. Are you guys ready for this? We're going to go Freudian for a second here. There's a complex out there. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a complex out there. Uh-oh. And it's one of the psychosexual stages as well. Not Freud. The Oedipus, yeah. Yeah, Oedipus complex, right? But that's usually when you're trying to go ahead and fight for mom's attention and fight for some sort of thing. However, I'm going to move past that because I'm not really a big fan of Freud. We're going to go specifically into unmerited needs. Now, what does this mean? Let's take this in for a second. Was the doctor really into I, right, before he met Serena? Or Electra. Yeah, either one. No. So then, is this an internal motivational factor as to who he got attached, why he got attached to I? Or is this an external motivational factor that ultimately ended up influencing him to make it internal? Was it an external factor that influenced him or an internal factor that influenced him? It was an external factor. Oh, guess what? External factor comes in with the fact that Serena passed away. The one that he had an attachment to, whose great love and adoration was I. And I is there. And all this feeling of love and, unwarranted and loveness and closeness to who might be Serena comes from I. In a big way, I not only represents the statue of amazingness, of perfection, of lies, of all these other things, but it also represents a connection to Serena. Sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but is the end result really, is you vicariously living? Could be for a second, but could also be that external motivation can turn into internal motivation as well. And in a big aspect, sometimes we keep lying to ourselves because it's easier to keep going on in the world. Oof. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I didn't think we'd be touching on elements like this right off the bat. Which comes in my next question. Why is Ruby... Sorry, I know. We're in the fucking opening. I'm sorry. I've had a long week. We're going deep with deep. We're deep with the deep. Why is Ruby trying to go ahead and bring back B. Komachi? Why is Ruby trying to go down the ways of being an idol? To find and reconnect with the doc. Why else? To find the doc. Why else? Could his obsession with avenging actually be about avenging? It could be. Absolutely. Absolutely. It could be. That could play a major factor in it, aside from also trying to get, the motivation of affecting her. To achieve what her mom couldn't achieve, perform at Tokyo Dome. Yeah, it could be to keep her mom's memory alive, right? And in essence, it could also be to keep a version of herself alive, right? A version of her past self alive that's still out there searching. Take a step even further than that. How does this put them in danger? Ladies and gentlemen, how does this put them in danger? Sorry, we're going down this thinking path for just a second with me. You guys ready for this? Getting dad's attention, sure. But as we read in 45510 side story B, and some of the others, 45510. Okay, poll time. I'm gonna ask this, and I hate that YouTube doesn't get to go out and see this, but fuck it. We read it on stream, and it was really good. Do you trust old B. Komachi members? That's the question I have for you guys. Do you trust that all of them, considering the way that they framed it in the story of their interactions with I and how they viewed her, do you trust B. Komachi members? Old B. Komachi members, specifically. That's where my brain keeps going into. Some of them seem sus. Did they even know where she lived? Well, I mean, we have to remember, by the looks of it, even just like passing I and her having a burger, a nice bulga with one of them, all of a sudden I used that to showcase that she was friends with one of them, that she was closest to one of them, because she was able to go and sit down and have a small chat with one of them about their relationship. I want you guys to just fucking take that in for a second. That is the level of attachment that was in there. Whew. Not trusting the 45510. So, the way it was presented, they may hold a lot of jealousy towards it. 100% book vibes. 100%. There might be a lot of jealousy. There might be a lot of unresolved emotions towards I and towards the group name that is B. Komachi. Ruby bringing this back, right? And all of a sudden going through this, you're not only getting the attention of Daddy, you're also getting the attention of old B. Komachi members and other people out there. All of a sudden, this can become a much more serious event the further we keep going. Yes, we read Viewpoint B last time. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if I'm cooking or if it's overcooked. One or the other, ladies and gentlemen. I'm either cooking or I'm overcooked. Weren't supposed to know about Aqua and Ruby. So, Sergio, here's where it comes in. You guys ready for this? We have I, we have Father, we have B. Komachi. That's exactly where I'm at. Even on Overcooked, we have. And you're forgetting the nurse. He's cooking. Oh, Bulbous, you're welcome. I talks to Father. father may reach out to Bikamachi. Bikamachi comes after I. Or father comes after I. Bikamachi comes after I in a different way. That's what I'm cooking. XIX. Fine. Keep making fun of my handwriting, brother. Father is a mastermind. But was it father's fault? I is taken out. I is destroyed. I is out of the picture. 64%. No, you guys don't trust it. Why would Bikamachi try to kill I? Who says anything about the entirety of Bikamachi? We know some people that actually wrote songs and cared about her. But what about the perspective of the individuals from 45510? Especially the names that come up, which is, hold on, which are referenced in there, right, in 45510. Specifically, when there's a lot of envy and there's a lot of jealousy in these emotions, they don't hold strong ties to I. And guess what? I is becoming the center point of the entirety of Bikamachi. I is starting to go into other realms. And what would happen if I leaves this group? The group would go ahead and start disbanding over a period of time. Guess what? The popularity of I dying probably had an impact on this group, enough to let them stay afloat just for a little bit more, maybe even just for pity points. Whoo! Whoo! Exactly, you know. But bro, I feel like I'm overcooking at this point. Sorry. Anyway, I know we're still in the opening. We're 20 minutes in. People on YouTube missed. Yeah, the readings up here. We read point POVB as well as 45510. I didn't watch the stream. For FYI, viewpoint B is no. It's not the same narrator GFU 099. So you refute the narrative of Aqua. You think he is wrong. I think that we might not. I'm not saying that Aqua is wrong, right? Because at the end of the day, it's his perspective. However, what I am saying is I think there's more to the story, and I don't necessarily think that it's just a simple one way like attack pattern. I think there was multiple patterns that probably would like cause the chain of fuck ups that ended up where it's at, right? The one that's really sucks is Kaburagi. Wait, who's Kaburagi? wait a minute. Let me gotta come back and be like, Being a small star outshone by a bigger one is not enough for some people. For some people, though, like legitimately, how many of you guys have ever felt some sort of envy or jealousy because somebody got a promotion even though they didn't deserve it? I thought it was bullshit. I'll be straight up with you guys. There was someone that didn't like, and quickly came out that they didn't know what they were doing. And I was like, bro, this is fucking bullshit. Like, what do you mean you're going to give this person a $30,000 raise when, like, the stuff that you're giving him credit for is the stuff that everyone else did? Like, what do you mean? Right? Stuff like that. Like, there's instances out there where it's just like, what, like, you know, it makes you, it's not a good feeling, you know? I've never wanted a promotion, but a raise would tick me off. Right. So imagine a scenario like this where you know that popularity-wise, if I takes off, you're left in the dust. If I does this, guess what? Everyone keeps talking about like Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, bonfire. Oh, Bleak. Oh, Ulk. Hey, so you're friends with I, right? Oh, you're with your partner, right? You're with your partner and whatnot." And they're like, say to you, "Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about I? I know that you work with her and she's really pretty and blah, 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 blah." How would that make you feel if all these conversations just keep revolving around I as an individual and people keep highlighting her? At first, you might be downplaying it, but after a period of time, would that get annoying for you? Would all of a sudden you start to fear for your own career if people keep pushing her onto the Starlight faction? Only get raises. Yeah, it's a very normal, very human thing, right? The emotions that we feel, like, you know, and even the sins, if we're going to go that far, are all human elements, right? Resentful, anger, frustration, so on and so forth. That can drive a person to do a lot of stuff. We can also go into the father situation as well. Thanks so much for following Daddy in the East. Appreciate it, goat. Hold on, we're back. You know, I was wondering, honestly, I wonder if Aqua gets his manipulated side from his father, or maybe I'm just overthinking. it also, I guess I'm going to throw this out there as well, right? Uh, Manipulation, and this is a really good point to come into, right? I forgot we're still in the OP. Fuck. Manipulation doesn't come, rarely comes from a person with that doesn't have a position of power, right? Manipulation often comes from individuals that feel as though they have some sort of control or an aspect of control or power. One of the big things out there, and I'm going to throw it out there. You guys ready for this? Knowledge is power, right? So oftentimes manipulation tactics, and you feel as though you might get the best of people, or people won't expect you to do certain things because you feel like you might get away with it. And oftentimes individuals with knowledge, right, with not knowledge, but with a lot of education, with a lot of like specification in certain things, try and manipulate certain things to go their way or certain things to frame in a certain way, unfortunately. Just knows how to deal with people because he was a doctor. Right. So he knows how to deal with certain people and he knows certain ways around. However, you also have to take that into consideration. He has the education of a doctor, and then all of a sudden, he has the body of a kid. Therefore, it allows him to get away with a lot more stuff, right? At least better than most people. I still find this fucking hilarious that they're all going ham, right? She's performing in Tokyo. Oh, that's kind of sad. She's performing in Tokyo Dome for them with the background of Tokyo Dome. And when the blackout comes in, it's like she's Hatsune Miku and she just disappears. Oh, oh. Fake Eye has to perform in this fake Tokyo Dome, right, in front of a stage instead of the act. Oof, oof. Do you think Aqua's personality might regress due to his body's biology? I think there might be some definite issues of self, of identity, 100%. No, this doesn't have the frame by frame. Are we gonna ever see Ruby the liar? Who's acting like a? Are we ever gonna see Ruby the liar? Are we ever gonna see, say, Ruby with the Mangekyo Sharingan on one side, and then Ruby with like the Byakugan on the other side? Specifically to do with this aspect, right? Maybe not. Who knows? Because the reason I keep asking this is, of course, she's the only one with the sad expression throughout the entire things, right? She says she hates lies, but sometimes you turn into that which you hate. And that's an unfortunate fact of nature. Sometimes a lot of individuals out there are like, oh, I don't want to be like my parents. And then they end up having kids and they end up being eerily similar to a lot of their parents, right? Or they end up doing a lot of things very, unless like you completely 110% change. Same thing with this, right? It's like, I hate lies, but yet your whole foundation of a world turns into a lie. Cooking. All right, chat. Before this goes on, I'm going to go ahead and ask a question that I would like to go ahead and ask Ruby and Aqua, right? Which is this. This question is for you, chat, and for you, YouTube. I want you guys to go ahead and answer this. Are you guys ready? You have 24 hours left on this earth, right? That's all you get. 24 hours. Nothing more, nothing less. Who is the one person that you would want to spend the last 24 hours with? Either here or maybe they're departed and you can see them, you can interact with them, so on and so forth. Why? Why? Why that person? Just one. Your mom, mother. I don't have such a person. Mother, your dad, one person, Electric Boogaloo. Mi mommy, my ex-girlfriend, to make peace with her. To make peace with her. Interesting. That's true. Well, because I love her? Sure. No. Absolutely. It could be. My father. You have 24 hours left in this world, Shara. You can only choose one person to spend this time with. That's either here with us or no longer here with us. Who do you spend it with and why? Don't have anyone close to me? Not sure I could say. Sure. My great-grandma, my sister, my dog. That's just a processing question because I'm really curious about Aqua and Ruby specifically. They might say I, right? But I guess comes in the main question. If they were to learn about what all happened, would it still be I? And if we were to ask that to I, who would it be? Sorry, my mind goes fucking wild with these thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
この村に宿は一つしかありません。一度チェックインしてから村を散策するといいでしょう。アクアすごかったね。すごく気持ち。
You didn't tell me we'd start off with fucking I.
この村に宿は一つしかありません。一度チェックインしてから村を散策するといいでしょう。
That's so adorable. But it's sad. There's no one in the theater. There's no one in the theater, my friends. Oh, it's a private viewing. Pre-screening, okay. But still.
アクアすごかったね。すごく気持ち悪くていい演技だったよ。天才。子供に言う感想か。もう褒めてるんだよ。本当にすごいよ。アクアならきっと誰よりもすごい役者になれる。
Oh. Praising. Stop. We said we don't bite people in here, alcohol. I gotta take you back a couple seconds. This is why being attentive to your kid is so important. Praising your kid is so important. Being there for them, right? Oh my God. You made this Pinguino Jr.? It's a husky and a penguin? My God. You're incredible. Oh my goodness, right? I'm gonna hang this up right in there. Oh my God, you're getting creative here? You're getting creative with the things that you're making? You made a B-Rex? You made a B-Rex? Oh my God, that's wonderful. Wow. Look at the B-Rex go. That's incredible, right? Baby. So these aspects, right? These these years are some of the most important years for kids. Calling it straight up, right? And unfortunately, a lot of us suffered some sort of stressor or event, or maybe even a trauma during your early childhood years, which often is why we get, right? Stressor can be something that really stresses you out. These cognitive distortions. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? By the way, we're going to go back to the OP at the very, very end, ladies and gentlemen. I have it up. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. Here's the first one. Let me know if you guys think about it. If I'm not successful at everything I do, I'm a complete failure. Oof. 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 Hold on. Let me go and type this up. Hold on. Nothing good ever happens to me. Yeah? What do you think about that? Nothing good ever happens to me. Yeah? If I'm not perfect, I have failed. Yeah? What do you think about that? I didn't do that well on the test, and okay, well, hold on. That's never whatnot. I will always do horrible on tests if I failed this one. Next one. Well, that discounting the positive, right? Well, that doesn't count. You know, this big step that I did doesn't count because I had help. Oh, yeah, no, they think I'm a loser. They think I'm cringe. They would think I'm a failure if I go out there and, like, you know, try and present in front of others. Oh, okay. Or how about this one, right? Oh yeah, I'm not likable. Yeah, I'm not important. No, it's I know I got a 99, but I'm a huge failure from it. Oh, okay. I feel embarrassed by what happened, so I have to be an idiot. I feel angry, so this person I'm talking to must not care about me or respect me. I feel guilty, so I must be responsible for the situation. Oh, okay. Get out of my head. I should be so much further in life at my age. I'm behind and I'm never going to get back on track. I should be able to wear a size 4. I should be doing more to help people. The should mentality. I missed an appointment. I'm completely useless. He was late to our dinner. She was late to our dinner. She or he is completely unreliable. My child doesn't have any, or, you know, or this one, right? Which is, I don't have any friends since we moved to a new city. I am a failure, right? I clearly don't have any social skills. My friend canceled our lunch at the last minute with no explanation. I must have made them mad. Does any of that resonate with any of you guys? In any way, shape, or form? Because if it does, congratulations, you have some sort of cognitive distortion. That must mean that at some point in your life you had a stressor, some sort of life event that, you know, we develop cognitive distortion throughout our lives. It's normal. Shit happens. I have cognitive distortions too, right? We all have them in some way, shape, or form. However, right, the impact as to how severe it is in our lives, and if you're not able to go ahead and recognize it, or if you do recognize it and you're like, whoa, almost all of them speak out to me, please seek out professional help in your area. Because working through these cognitive distortions are what help us grow, right? And unfortunately, oftentimes a lot of trauma that happens at a young and early age will solidify these cognitive distortions. I'm a failure. I couldn't save mom. How can I be considered worthy or good if I couldn't even save mom? I have all this knowledge of, you know, saving lives and being a doctor, but I couldn't do anything. Oof. Hold on. Ed, what if we had multiple stressors and we can't determine which one fucked us up? How do we recognize? Well, you start working through your cognitive distortions one at a time, right? So, for example, how do we go ahead and use cognitive behavioral therapy to start addressing these thought patterns that you're having, right? What is the antecedent and why? So how much you're charging for the whole package? Oh, God. But that's the main regard is we're looking at this, and this is why I wanted to highlight this. It's beautiful to see I being a parent like this. It's beautiful to see I being so caring and loving and so on and so forth, right? Like, great parenting. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Woo! What, bro? Why are you throwing a back kick full force? Jesus! Ah! What the fuck, bro? Look at the way he positions himself to throw it, right? It's fucking near perfect, right? Because you got to go ahead and get that twirl in, right? Bam! Good, good look back. They must have had someone that knew a little bit of martial arts, right? Because you always want to look back and see where you're targeting so that you could throw this kick correctly. Oh, he's not even fucking acting anymore. He's fucking locked in, brother. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh.
悪魔の感情演技大切な人を失って怒りと悲しみに駆られる陶器すごいでもどうしてそんなに痛々しくて辛そうな
Because this is fucking real, man. This is something absolutely fucking real for him, right? All of a sudden, he's gonna grow to fucking hate acting. And he's gonna learn that, like, every time he goes to fucking touch a script again, he's gonna have to relive this pain because he hasn't had the right fucking therapist and right psychologist to help him process his fucking emotions. Because guess what? They stopped really caring, considering, oh, he's a kid. He must have gotten over it. He's not really showing any symptoms. Instead of digging fucking deeper, instead of going in deep and trying to go ahead and understand where he's coming from and taking an empathetic approach and putting a person-centered therapeutic aspect of things first. Even a fucking Gestalt-ian approach would have done wonders. Hey, Aqua, Mom is here. Mom is here. What do you wish she would say to you? I bet you anything you would be able to get a fucking reaction out of him. But the therapist that he had was probably just whatever. All right. It doesn't seem like he's traumatized. Don't seem like he's a traumatized kid. He's okay. He's okay. It needs to be like grief therapy is not months. Grief therapy is years. And guess what? We're going to go ahead and challenge as a therapist, as a psychologist. We're going to go ahead and challenge to see where you are. And some of those sessions are not going to be fucking comfortable. Some of those sessions are going to be, hey, if Mom was right next to you, right? How do you envision Mom? Where does this come out? Where do you feel this feeling of how do you see Mom? How do you remember her? Hey, you know what? I have this picture here, right? I have this picture here of of Mom, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be, whatnot, but could be like, what does this do for you? How do you feel about it? Doesn't necessarily have to be Mom, right? Because they wouldn't necessarily know unless there's confidentiality. But the main aspect of things is seeing this type of trauma, seeing this type of emotional acting, this emotional things. I'll tell you guys this. I've seen a lot of people burn out on it. And I've seen a lot of people really just explode on stage. And then all of a sudden, you never see them again. I don't think the therapist knew they were her kids, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be her kids, but it's still grief therapy. And you still have to find a way to go ahead and see how much grief has affected the individuals at play. How? By exposure. How? By talking about it. How? By even asking the general question. So when you were there, what happened? Tell me a little bit more about it. Blah, 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 right? If Akko went to you for therapy, he would try to fake progress and get your DNA, probably from your fingerprints. No, if you would come to me for therapy, one of the main aspects of actual therapeutic reasoning, and especially being a psychologist, is doing a lot of pinging, right? Because you constantly got to be pinging your clients, right, to understand where they're at. There might be people that try and come into, like manipulators, narcissists, come into therapy sometimes to try and get skills, right? I hate to put it this way, or try to understand the line of questioning that therapists or psychologists use in future situations, which ultimately get shut down if they have a good therapist, if they have a good psychologist. Yeah. How would you convince Aqua to go to therapy, since one of the main things about therapy is that the person should be willing to change? And Aqua really doesn't want to change revenge aspects of himself, right? So this is where it has to be an external, right, motivational factor that turns into an internal motivational factor for him. This has to come from outside sources pushing him to come in. Not necessarily from me. It have to come from people that he really loves and cares about, coming together and literally doing like a fucking intervention. Therapists might need therapy after Aqua. Do you think you could fool a therapist? A good one, no. A good psychologist or a good therapist, no. There are a lot of people out there like, I'll just be smart. Guess what? That's called intellectualization. And that's one of the key elements that you go over whenever you're going through your basic counseling classes as to how to go ahead and detect and understand where that's coming from. And if you are intellectualizing, why are you intellectualizing? Where does this come from, right? Aqua going to Ed so if he can become evil Ed's apprentice. So like that's the main regard. It's like there's a lot of interesting moments to this. And this is at no fault. This is not Aqua's fault at all, right? Ultimately, this comes from a systems of failure, right? This comes from systems of failure. Systems that should have kept I protected at all costs. Systems that should prioritize mental health. Systems that should have genuinely cared for him and brought him up in a good and healthy and safety environment, right? Yeah, I've had I guess I'll showcase this, right? So how do you deal with autism? I don't care what happens to myself. You got to start addressing the root cause of that, right? A lot of people seem to think, oh yeah, I don't care what happens to me as long as it happens to myself, as long as I get what I need, right? You got to start cracking down what that means for them, right? Getting to the root cause is the main thing, and empathizing. A lot of people seem to forget that empathy is one of the key ways to get people to open up. I'll share this story. Had a guy, right, come in for couples therapy. Not gonna divulge anything. Just came in for couples therapy. First session I had with them alone before going to a couples therapy. He mentions that literally the world wouldn't be the same without him. Mentions that his top priority in his position that he's in makes him that like everyone should be bowing at his feet and like, you know, literally opening up the doors, and that he deserves to be treated like an emperor, not like a king, like an emperor, right? And like imagine that, right? That's the first session, we're communicating whatnot. In comes in their partner. Cool. Having a couple sessions, it becomes very obvious, right? The techniques that are happening are all emotional and control techniques, right? Where say partner tries to talk about, hey, you know what? I feel like this is lacking in the relationship. You mean that's what you're lacking in the relationship? You're not doing enough. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that? And instantly, as soon as you started seeing the line of questioning that this man is starting to adopt, you start pinging them. So where'd you pick this up from? How'd you learn? Like, you know, tell me a little bit more about yourself. A lot of narcissistic individuals, a lot of manipulators, for some reason, really enjoy talking about themselves, right? If you are able to go ahead and point them in the right direction, you're able to get a lot of information from them. Getting them to open up, right? And all of a sudden fall into cyclical lines of thinking patterns. It exposes everything out. My man went from, I am holy, I am royalty. No, I'm doing this because I care about my relationship. Oh no, I only slept with like 3 or 4 other women because I love them and my love is so great it needs to be shared. Oh no, I'm not trying to go ahead and intellectualize everything that's happening. And it just like you kept hitting major points until all of a sudden it comes down to the main and center point of, I am this way because of this, right? Oh fuck, yeah. There are absolutely, and there are some really really smart ones out there, right? So I highlight this. I highlight this because a lot of people wear masks. A lot of people can be narcissistic, and a lot of manipulators out there will try and like figure out little techniques that they might try and go ahead and use, like open-ended questions, motivational interviewing, 101 other things out there. But it comes down to identifying what's being used and then just simply flipping it on them. What was the root cause of the emperor, dude? Won't really go into details, but let's just put it as simple as sometimes, you know, one thing is caring for your kid, right? Especially when they do something big. Another thing is all of a sudden giving them everything in the world when they're kids, like everything in the world when they're kids, and then telling them that they were chosen by God when they were a kid. Literally, what is it, like godifying them? Like aside from putting them on a pedestal as a little kid, like as a 1 or 2 year old, 3-year-old, right? Literally telling them, hey, you were chosen by God. Yeah. Golden child syndrome. Yeah, deifying. Yeah, exactly. God must have chosen poorly. I love that, Daddy. Hell yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Sorry, guys. It's just really interesting because it brings up an element of discussion in that.
それでいい。もっと苦しめよ。 有馬かなに光を見たか。黒川茜と出会って理解者を得たと思ったが、演技は楽しいか。
Fucking self-talk, bro.
このまま全て忘れて恋とか青春とか楽しい人生を送りたいと思ったか。
Oh.
許さねえよそんなの。
And this is a big, aside from this being a representation of his past life, guess what? Guess what? Some of you guys need to stop doing this to yourselves. Some of you guys really need to stop doing this to yourselves. Some of you guys really villainize yourselves and allow this negative self-talk to like absolutely destroy your world. You're worth more than gold. And sometimes I know that our self-talk can get the best of us, right? The negative self-talk can tell us 1,001 things. However, it's oftentimes how we overcome it. Thankfully, I already got out of it. I'm glad. And seeing that, it's key, right? Because a lot of you guys might be like, this is my own punishment. This is what I deserve. This is sort of what I need. This is whatever. But everyone has the chance to go ahead and focus on their own recovery. Everyone has a chance to go ahead and rehabilitate. You know, I can't just cover it with your own. Well, it's all about thinking patterns, Shara. It's all about thinking patterns. It's all about the way that we think, and you shouldn't start reinforcing negative thinking behaviors. So, even if it's there forever, it's at least lowering the voice from it being like, you are an absolute... Hold on, let's do this. It's lowering the voice from it being right here and saying, you are an absolute loser. You will never do anything with your life. You can't even get a job. You can't even get a steady job if that. Other people your age are more successful than you are. What are you going to... Coming back. Right? To all of a sudden softening the voice. So, yeah, sometimes it might be there, but at least it's not as strong. Sometimes those feelings might be here, but at least it's not as strong. You know? That's the main regard. That is the main regard. You got to address the thinking patterns, Shirna. One of those things comes from cognitive behavioral therapy. Literally. And I will always say this, if you have the availability to, seek professional mental health help in your area. Anyway, I'm starting to get into trash talking ASMR right now.
愛を死に追いやったやつを細切れにしてすりつぶして心も体も痛めつけて死よりも苦しい地獄を味わわせるまで
Hell yeah.
お前にそんな権利はねえんだよ
You've got no such right. Wow.
お前違うだろ
Oh.
お前は僕だ
Tell him off. Tell him
無
off.
力で何もできなかった後悔に焼かれる僕自身だ
That's right, you're just a fucking kid.
悔しくて
Who the fuck said it, brother? Who the fuck said it, brother? Who the fuck has been saying this shit, brother? Oh. Who the fuck has been saying it, brother? Brothers! Back off, kid. But that's the main thing, is like, you gotta find where that root cause might be, brother. It's that inner fucking child. Akasaka did some fucking research, brother. This is all inner child work, brother. Healing that inner child that often gets hurt, often gets behind, and often doesn't get heard, right? Often feels powerless and useless, but he's not that kid anymore. He's not that kid anymore.
悲しくてたった一度でいいからまた愛の声を聞きたくてその感情を使うぞ
Damn. Even the lighting, brother. Woo! Top tier work. Ooh, good sweep kick. Woo! I bet you the audience, if I was in the audience, bro, I'd be like, what the fuck, brother? This is beautiful and sad, and it's like the destruction of self. And it's like, oh, that's all that pain, brother. Aqua's voice actor is just fucking killing it. Woo. Oof. Oof.
まだこれは傷写しの鞘。自分が負った傷を他人に移し替えることができる支配者の力。でもこの子はその力を仲間の傷を自分に移し替えることに使っていた。
Oof.
死ぬ直前に。
That sounds like some of you guys. Oof. Oof. Literally taking on the pain and trauma of others onto yourselves. Saya means scabbard. Ah. Hot and traumatized. My God, dude, this is so fucking good. Absolute fucking theater. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff, but also really interesting. Because power dynamic wise, you now have Aqua on the ground with the head slowly coming up, right? There's a girl that he cares about. Self-sacrifice, you say? Self-sacrifice, you say? And the girl that's dying on the other side, right? And it's like everyone's standing except them.
敵にまで情けをかけるなんてね。
俺の傷もなくなってやがる。まさか最初からこうして戦いを収めるつもりで。そういうお方なんだ。だから僕たちは。まったく。
この鞘の本来の使い方は
こういうことだ。
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
「何度だって都合のいい夢を見たよな。なんかの物語みたいにご都合主義の奇跡でも起きたら。
Not the OST, but also this production budget. This production budget go brrrr. How on earth do they do that? How on earth? I can't even fucking explain it. And the OST, brother?
あの時愛を救えてたら。何度だって都合のいい夢を見たよな。なんかの物語みたいにご都合主義の奇跡でも起きたらって。あの時。
But in the situation going forward, right? Had I been able to save I, if a similar situation were to happen in the future, would you be able to save them? Aqua. Or would history just repeat itself? Are you prepping yourself, not pegging yourself, but are you prepping yourself for the dangers that may lie ahead? Or are you just so built up in revenge that you're unable to see the dangers that may lurk out there? Ooh. Ed, is Blade the character a good person after egging a person instead of helping them? They're making a big deal about saving her with the sword. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Well, I hope it doesn't rhyme like Eminem, because we're about to be in a world of trouble. He about to make this on the double. Trauma and what ifs. Name a better fucking... oh, no.
愛を救えてたら。
The fucking use of color is so beautiful. Oh. Oh, no, you did not do this. You did not just gestalt yourself. You did not just put mommy there. If mommy was alive and mommy was in front of you, what would you say? You did not just gestalt yourself. No. Oh. But I was talking about therapy. This is exactly what I was mentioning, ladies and gentlemen. What the oof. Ooh, oh yeah, pre-watch, even though it's a fucking therapeutic method of shit, dude. Oh. Oh.
どうしたのアクア。甘えん坊さんだね。私はこんなんじゃ死なないよ。
Oh. Hold back the tears. Get back in there, damn it. Hold back the fucking tears, brother. Oh. Oh. This hurts. Oh. Bro, I'm fuck. I'm in fucking disbelief. Ah. This is pain. This is fucking pain, brother. I'm like, ooh, peak or pain, Pecco, both. For those of you guys that have lost a parent, for those of you guys that have lost a loved one, can you imagine if you could bring back that person, even for just a minute or two, right? As they were, as you remember them, and have like a little interaction with them. Ooh. Ooh. I've seen many people break down and cry like this. I've seen many people, especially during the Gestaltian therapy. I'm going to share this story. And I think it's important and it's in relation to this. And I like talking about this because at the end of the day, for some people, it might serve something out there. One of the most powerful things that you, especially if you enter the mental health field, the social work and therapists and counseling and, you know, mental health services field in general, you will see a lot of people that really need the help. I remember having this older lady, right, in essentially near 50s, near 60s, who was having a lot of health complications, right, to the point where it started affecting, like, her ability to breathe, her ability to even walk around. She had to carry a canister with her just to be able to breathe, right? I remember sitting down and having a conversation with her, and we were just chatting back and forth. And I do the empty chair method. You know, I pull up a chair, and I'm very much like, hey, if you could place a loved one there, what would you say to them? And I remember just seeing someone completely break down and go and regress into being a little kid for a second. Seeing a full-on adult turn back into a little kid and just, mommy, I miss you, mommy, so on and so forth, right? Where they're crying and there's all this emotion and whatnot because they lost their mom when they were rather young. And now they're having this idea that, hey, I might be with you soon. And I don't know if I did a good enough job so that my kids even care about me. Seeing that, oh my God, brother. Oh, I'm like on the verge of tears again. I'm on the fucking verge of tears again, where they're like, you know, and they're having this conversation with them, and they're like, you know, I said that I would try and like not, you know, be as strict as you would, not do this and not do that. But I ended up doing this with my life, and you know, they're in full tears, breaking down, crying. And this is, you know, they're 50s, like they're in their late 50s, early 60s. They're just like mommy, and like they're like they revert back to be this kid, and they're just like, you know, I hope I did a good enough job. I don't think I did a good enough job because they don't even visit me. I haven't even seen them in 5 years. They haven't even texted me or messaged me. And, you know, the only people who checks up on me is my nurse. I hope, and like, it's just that breakdown, that ability to like let it go, right? The ability to have that conversation with someone that maybe you keep self-safeguarding because that is your safe person. That is the person that you thought, hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna keep this safe, right? Like, this is my inner kid, my inner child, the person that I thought would, like, you know, keep me safe, protect me, so on and so forth. But man, when I tell you that was a hell of a session, that was a hell of a session. When I tell you guys that was a hell of a situation, like, you know, like afterwards we did breathers, we grounded ourselves, and for them that was cathartic, right? That was a big relief. But I'm gonna ask this question for you, which is, when the time comes, and you might have to have a conversation, who are you going to put in that chair? When the time comes and you want to go in deep and you got to be open and honest with yourselves, who would you put in that chair? Who would you want to talk to? And that's why, one of the big reasons why I asked that question. Oof. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to get all emotional with you guys. I'm fucking tearing up and shit. Story time with that, but I hope that at least helps to encapsulate that this is a very real thing. Gestaltian therapy is so fucking powerful and so amazing if done right, and if done with the right individuals that know how to go and navigate it. No, and it can be yourself, Book Vibes. It absolutely can be yourself. Oof. Sorry. I hope you guys were okay. Hold on. I might need a break. I might need a little bit of a break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute break. Go to the restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, guys. We'll be right back. Let's go right back into it. Shall we? I do, Angel Son. Aqua's voice actor is just killing this. My God.
何度願っただろう。そんな叶うはずのない夢を。
What a fucking moment, bro. What a moment to just see him fucking tearing up like, oh, that's so beautiful. Fucking peak, bro. Peak. Wow.
いや、なんていうか、すごかった。本当に茜って思った。
なあ、こうして見るといつもの黒川だけど、舞台の上ではまるで別人だよな。今日から黒川さんって呼んでいい？いや、天才！いや、
天才役者。やめてよ。私なんかまだまだだなって改めて思い知らされてばかりで、本当の天才ってのは姫川さんとか有馬かなみたいな人を言うんだよ。どうしたの？いい演技だったよ。もっと上手くなりたい。
十分上手かったってなあ。
Hey, yo, Ruby?
疲れた。早く家帰って靴下脱いで寝っ転がりたい。
Hey, yo!
久々に疲労感バシッときたわ。こんなのあと1ヶ月もやんなきゃいけないの？今日以上の
Welcome to the showbiz! Welcome to the showbiz, where you're not only gonna cry once a production, you gotta cry for 3 whole months when it's in production. Oof, I haven't watched. Forgot about Twitch ads. I know, free Conofi. Welcome to the algorithm. But that's the main regard is when it comes to a scenario like this, right? A lot of people don't seem to know. It's like you're not just performing once; you're performing like every single day from 3 weeks all the way up to 3 months or however long the production goes. My God, are shows better near the start or end of the production? I would always say near the end of the production, because a lot of people are still discovering themselves. Right, a lot of people are still discovering like their characters and like truly falling into them. Even in the beginning, might still be fucking phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but I always love going to go see like the beginning show and then the end show. Right, and Scar Talon, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. And that way you're able to go ahead and like go from or anonymous gifter gifted a sub. Wow, thanks so much, guys. Also, cleanup Nick, it has been a year, right? So seeing that change from the beginning to the end is always magical and huge and amazing to go ahead and see. Does it get boring doing the same? It becomes repetitive, right? It becomes repetitive in that you already know the motions, right? You still got to reach certain points, but you kind of know what to go and what to do, right? However, in live theater, there's always going to be a fuck up. There's always going to be a mess up. There's always going to be something a little bit weird. So it'll keep you up in your toes, right? Because someone might forget a line. The light might go off suddenly. All of a sudden, you might just get an insane close-up of a light like this when it's supposed to be on somebody else. And you just got to be like playing it off. Like if you're a derpy character, you can just, but you got to know how to go ahead and like play with a lot of the circumstances. And that's just the key thing there. But overall, let's touch on that, which is that emotional acting that Aqua is doing that can lead to burnout. Especially if that's coming from an unhealthy place.
お疲れのところ申し訳ないけど、この後事務所で YouTube の動画撮るからね。
Oh shit. Oh shit.
寝転がりたい。久々に疲労がどしっときたわ。こんなのあと1ヶ月もやんなきゃいけないの？今日以上のこと想像できないって。
It's cute that she's like a little kid too.
このところ申し訳ないけど、この後事務所で YouTube の動画撮るからね。先輩って本当に役者なんだね。私舞台とかよくわからないけど、本当にすごい役者なんでしょ。
Where's Aqua? Hold on. Who the fuck is with Aqua? Wait a fucking minute. Y'all went and checked on Kana first? But y'all let it just like, oh, he's having a fucking session, brother. He's trying to put in ad block to get rid of the fucking Twitch ads. Oh, that's so good. He's brooding.
何今さら子供の頃から演技の天才なんでしょ。そうよ。私は天才なんかじゃないわよ。実際に天才って言われてる人を見ればわかる。私は必死に食らいついてるだけ。
Oh, you're lowering
板の
yourself
上で
too
好き勝
much.
手やって天才ぶるのは割と簡単なこと。吹っ切れた演技ってわかりやすいから。本当に難しいのはあの時の黒川茜は異質だった。
Oh.
鞘姫の演技だけじゃなく別の何かも乗っていた。
Oh.
私には真似できない技術、とてつもない存在。
She became the fucking. She literally became I. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The scream floor. I know, right?
それをきっかけにアクアの演技が振り切れるほどの。
Oh. Oh.
ああいうのさらっとできるのが才能なのよ。悔しいムカつく。絶対に公演中見返してやるから。
Which is interesting though, and I think this is one of the major points. Is like we're always comparing one another's performances, like in a situation like this when both of them did fucking incredible. And both of them have done absolutely wonderful. So Ruby knows that both Akane and Kana think the other is better than they are. That's interesting.
聞いたよ、金ちゃん。演出プラン直前に組み直したんだって。役者に好き勝手させるの好きだとは知ってるけど、現場を困らせちゃいけないな。仕方ないだろう。姫川は映画の撮影と並行で稽古、鴨志田も別の舞台の合間を縫って、三田に至ってはドラマ2本掛け持ちの中、稽古をしてた。全体の構成を調整するタイミングがなかった。それに今回の舞台は10代が多かった。
Right.
稽古期間に伸びるやつが多かったんだよ。本番中化けるやつもいるくらいに。有馬くんのことかな。
But even through that, I guess comes in my question, right? Which is, how toxic do you guys think Aqua can be in a situation like this? Because at the end of the day, we know that he's trying to go out and get revenge. But how toxic do you think he can be in terms of like, you know, being around others? Sorry, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, wait a minute. Do you guys think that he was trying to get information from others, or was maybe like trying to go ahead and get further clarification, or I'm sorry if that doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm just thinking immediately, like, to what lengths would Aqua go in a scenario like this? Because he's encapsulated in a room full of some high quality actors that might get to go out and know one another, right? It might know others in the industry, right? That's why he's doing this, isn't it? Yeah, 100% Seashell. But that comes in my question as to what degree, right? To what degree do you guys think he's able to?
彼女にはあまり期待をしていなかったけど、若い子には何が起こるかわからないからいいね。アイドル活動が別の視点を与えたのか、それとも彼氏でもできたのかな。
Hey yo.
僕は思うんだよ。これだけ可愛い子がいる業界で、その中でも特別に可愛いと言われる子が生まれるのは。
That's the same reason why you get a lot of individuals, unfortunately, in the reaction sphere where they don't necessarily give any commentary, right? But they just look really cute. And because they look really cute, they explode in popularity. Doesn't necessarily have to do anything with the content that's actually being produced or reciprocated or being thrown out there. But the fact that there's a girl or a guy or someone on screen that is really cute might not have any actual takes and might just be, eh? Oh, wow, right? Because sometimes people like to go ahead and live in that fantasy, and because people want the fantasy of trying to go ahead and felt needed and felt heard and felt as though there's someone there that truly cares about them, right? That they'll give them the benefit of the doubt that regardless if they're if this is a pre-recorded video that was edited up into 1,001 pieces to get the perfect react emoji, most people wouldn't question that. But the moment that you decide to come on and actually discuss your thoughts and go deep into the analysis portion of things, all of a sudden, right, people start wondering where exactly we're going into it. I know, sugoi, big booba VTubers, right? Or anyone out there, really. It's not necessarily VTubers. It's just individuals out there that you can definitely see that, like, it's 10, 20 minutes of the show and nothing really to it aside from that. And that's the main element, right? Whenever we're talking about situations like this, is people want to be sold a fantasy, and people want to be sold the fantasy of either not being alone or not being alone, or the fantasy of like, hey, you know what, this person's reacting to the show I like and he likes it, therefore I like it, and not really giving any of his opinions or any thoughts because that's the way I like it, and anything that goes against that is a thought against me, when that's not necessarily the case. It's such an interesting and a weird scenario to be in, where individuals, creators even, have to be exceptionally cute or talented or be in couples, right, or groups, because oftentimes people will want to go ahead and see group reactions or whatnot to not feel lonely. Sorry, don't mean to go ahead and also, people don't usually consider that it can be parasocial gesture, a vice parasocial with their own fare. And you have me here watching hour-long videos to hear what reacted. I might have too much time. Feels bad. So yes, it's not a bad thing. And don't get me wrong, because at the end of the day, we're all going through this wild and crazy world together. However, it's always interesting when people try and compare two things. This is why you often get, for example, a lot of these exceptionally cute TikToks, idols, even reactors, right? Who try and come onto long stream format content, and when they can't articulate their thoughts or whatnot, they start failing. And they start rushing through, and it starts being a little rough. And all of a sudden, you try and get an opinion out of them. And guess what? A lot of these individuals don't have opinion. They love Moshiko Tensei, they hate Moshiko Tensei. They love ReZero, they hate ReZero. They love your show, they hate your show, depending on where the crowd goes. And that's super duper interesting. That's regardless, right? I'm just using React Sphere because it's the first thing that comes to mind, and it's there. But at the same time, it's, again, to try and be a part of something, to try and connect with others. There's a lot of studies being done on this, and it's interesting because it's finding a lot of individuals that like the exceptionally short format or exceptionally cute format of things to have a lot of distortions, but we'll talk about that at a later point. Anyway, trying to appeal to the algorithm. No depth, essentially. Right.
なぜなんだろうって。なぜ
Not,
なんだ。
I'm not all of them, though. There's some
ズバ
really
リ
good creators
可
out there.
愛
in
さ
the
の説
discussion.
得力さ。有名なアイドルグループに所属していたり、何かの賞を取ってる子は
100% discarded.
実物以上に可愛く見えるものだろ。それと同じ。私は特別に可愛いという嘘を信じさせてくれる説得力。僕はそれをスター性と呼んでいる。あの時の彼女にはそれがあった。もし有馬かなが本物なら気色悪い笑い方をするな。いや、何ちょっと面白いことを思いついたもんで。金ちゃんはどの子が有望株だと思う？良くも悪くも完成していた黒川が最後に面白い演技をした成長のきっかけを得るかもしれない。あと個人的に気になるのは
ライダさん、出版社の方々が呼んでますよ。
もうちょい待ってもらって。
Have them wait a bit longer.
僕はこの時間が一番好きなんだ。
Yeah.
観客がいい顔をして帰っていくのを。
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
どうやらいい舞台だったみたいだ。
It's such an amazing feeling. It's such an amazing feeling whenever people leave a show and they're like either still thinking about it or they're just really, really fucking happy about what you did, right? Oh, yeah. It's a wonderful fucking feeling.
こうしてひとまず舞台の幕は降りる。
Aww.
しかし次の物語の舞台は
Now, this is a story all about how his life got turned just right side. What the fuck, bro? Oh no. Oh no. Goa's. He's over here fucking collecting samples, brother. He got all of their fucking DNA. He got all of their DNA. What? What? It's gonna come out that like he actually has a fucking like connection to someone or something? Now we go back to the main story. He's got nut tissue. That's not nut tissue, bro. There was an easier way to get all that DNA.
すでに幕を開きかけていた。
That's wild. Hey, yo. Oh, the bowels. That's right. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen. Hell yeah. Claps. They did amazing. Let's go. Let's go. Killed it. Killed it. That's so sick. That is so sick. That is so sick, brother. Way to get people back into theater. That's so fucking sick. Sounds good, Scar Talon. Oh, everyone's coming down. Hey, yo! You're walking her down the fucking steps like this, brother? Oh, the goddamn! Latest. Kana's gonna be like, I wish that was me! I wish that was me! He did not have to do that, Levi. He did not have to do that. The queen carry, that's so good, dude. That's so good. It should have been me. Oh. Back it up just a little bit. Hold on. I gotta see this fucking princess carry, brother. I gotta see this princess carry. God. I wish I was Aqua at this point. I ain't even gonna lie. I wish I was Aqua at this point. I'm not gonna lie. No. Just a fucking dark guy. It's so Drover. It's Drover, brother. Just a fucking expression. What the fuck? Gotta in shambles on the inside. Gotta keep it professional. Oh fuck, bro. Oh fuck. Really? Really? It's Canover. It's Canover. Fatality. That face will come back a lot for lots of days, bro. That's fucking glorious. That's enough. I need that as a word, as a meme. Yeah. God, that was glorious. Oh, look at her go, bro. For someone that didn't believe in the script, right? For someone that like really came through hating everything, right? To like actually working together and putting this all and seeing it come to life. My God. Absolute fucking theater. Absolute fucking theater. Oh. Oh. I gotta go see a 2.5D play. I gotta go see a 2.5D play. I don't know where the fuck we have 2.5D plays in the United States. I gotta go see a 2.5D play. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit. Oh shit.
疲れた。この舞台消費カロリー高いのよ。
おしよし、今日も良かったぞ。じゃあ飲みに行くか。
今日も？
舞台人は飲み会好きだよな。
予約は任せてください。この辺りで当日団体 OK のお店のデータは
Oh,
い
yeah.
くつか押さえてあります。
The US, it's Denny's. Your local Denny's probably hates the theater kids that come in close to 11 or midnight singing their theater songs to a bunch of waiters and waitresses that really don't give a fuck. They're just trying to go ahead and finish up their shift so they can go home. And they thought it would be, or the Waffle House, and they thought it would just be like a calm fucking evening, you know, calm graveyard shift. And then comes in all the people being like, oh, the things you could think and wonder and dream. You know, all the fucking over the top, the Denny staff. Oh, God. Please, can we just go home for fuck's sake? And they're doing the fucking choreography with it too, and you're just like cringing, and you're just there. You're just grab a taco like a normal. Oh, dude, the real lip is that Denny. Oh, it happens all the time. It happens all the fucking time, brother. Open late and serve coffee. Oh, a flight to Japan in December. They will be making the Tokyo Blade arc of Oshi no Ko. Oh shit, that would be sick. They're doing this very plain December. Want to bring us with you? That would be amazing. That would be fucking amazing. Just one more hour to go, cries. Dude, I felt so bad. I felt so bad because I've seen a couple, and I'm going to comment on Akane right now. I've seen a couple of like theater kids just burst in and be like, you know, like singing Les Mis full song, or be like, you know, I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my... I was joking on that one. Shot. And, like, they just like start doing it, Hamilton, and you're just like, it's 2 a.m. I get that you have all the fucking like the energy reserves that came through from performing and stuff, but like we're just trying to get food. Do you hear the people sing? This is Wendy. Good for them for having fun, but at the same time, I'm like, ooh. Welcome on 3-in-1 Cat Production. Hope you're doing well.
舞台人は飲み会好きだよな。
予約は任せてください。
Damn.
この辺りで当日団体 OK なお店のデータはいくつか押さえてあります。
ありがとう、あかねさん。
意外とおとなしいやつの参加率高かったりするよな。
姫川も行くだろ。
ああ、そうだな。たまにはおっさんも行く？
おっさんがいたら気を使うだろう。若者だけで楽しんでこい。
気なんて使いませんよ。一緒に行きましょう。
なら行くか。
やった。私こういう飲み会とか騒がしくて苦手なのよね。アクアはどうするの？私は帰って休む。やっぱ
I'm gonna go home and I'll join after all. That fucking hardcore mode. I'll join after all. Immediately. She's so fucking cooked, brother. She's so fucking cooked, brother. That was so fucking quick, too. But at the same time comes in my question, right? We've seen a lot of, like... you guys jump in and immediately say, hold on. Welcome to Neck at Night. Or Dan Schneider can no longer be a part of this production. Okay, I'm going to shut the fuck up or else I'm going to get in trouble here. Hold on. So... we've seen a lot of what it means. And no. So we've seen a lot, right? That unfortunately, and we're going to be very fucking real for a second here. There's a lot of grooming in the entertainment industry, right? There's a lot of fucking grooming out there. And there's a lot of situations, especially in the entertainment, theater, film, so on and so forth, where people try to use their power dynamics to influence one another, right? And then from what we've seen, for the most part, it's been a lot of female leads or female individuals, right? So it comes in my question, right? And I guess I've shared this before and I'll share it again. It's also common for guys. It's also common to see this all around for all genders, everyone on the spectrum altogether, where individuals will use their like power dynamics to try and, you know, take advantage or use that to groom or whatnot their personal assistants, their makeup artist or whatever in a very weird way. And I'm highlighting this because it's a very serious thing that often needs to get addressed and doesn't need to go ahead and keep getting swept under the rug, right? Where you have situations where people take advantage of a lot of actors and a lot of actresses and stuff, and that's not okay. That is not fucking okay. Sorry, don't mean to get all, but it's just something that does need to be
私も行く。だからね、作家であるべきなのよ。その場その場で
Ginger ale.
作劇的な盛り上げに加担しなきゃ。
She's so fucking adorable. My God.
私も
Ah,
行く。
not again.
だからね、役者も一人の作家であるべきなのよ。その場その場でミスしながら演じるんじゃなくて、作劇的な盛り上げに加担しなきゃいけないわけ。
でもそれは演出家の仕事だろう。
そうだけど、ダメな芝居なら行ってくるでしょ。
This is
チャレン
ginger
ジング
ale.
な芝居は必要だ。
Why is Akane like the best fucking wife out there? Why is Akane like the best fucking wife out? Bro, Akane is just like the top 10 waifu right there. Akane dry. Because she is. She's not only caring, she has a list of restaurants that we could go out to eat. She's wifey material, ladies and gentlemen. Dungeon Meshi recipe. I know she cooking, she got that senshi vibe to her. Like, my God. Akane is her. Though it's a real Akane, or is it a mask? For the most part, it can be a mix of both, right? Because it can be the need to find belonging while at the same time the need to go ahead and mask to not show everything. She did explain this in season 1. She's vegetarian but wanted to participate, so she learned to cook yakiniku, which makes sense. Like, she cares about a lot of people in this way.
はい、アクア君もどうぞ。
ああ、悪いな。結局盛り上がってるじゃねえか。金田一敏郎、ララライの代表兼演出家で、この劇団に長く席を置いている。
そこだろうね。愛が恋をしたのは。
隣いいですか？
ん？星野、芝居少しずつ良くなってきているな。
Yeah.
このまま千秋楽まで気張れ。
Your acting's getting better little by little. Keep at it right through closing night. There's a better way to phrase that. You could have just been like, "Hey, you're doing great, man. Keep at it." And closing night, I'm sure you'll kill it. You're already killing it, right? Ozzy man, thanks so much for subbing. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the family, son. But that's the main regard, right?
ありがとうございます。金田一さんってララライにいつ頃からいるんですか？
最初からだ。ララライはもともと演劇専門学校で芝居
Doing
をやって
improv
た
or
奴らが
something?
自分
Yeah.
たちでサークル演劇を立ち上げたところから始まっている。俺も立ち上げメンバーの一人だ。
演劇学校の演劇とサークル演劇って違うんですか？
まあ学校によるが、専門学校は教員主導、サークル演劇は OB や外部の講師を自分たちで呼ぶ。やりたいことをやりたい身勝手な奴らでララライを立ち上げたわけだ。
Sure.
最初は人を集めるのも大変でな。ワークショップで集めた人材使って何公演か回して、まああれは失敗だったかな。もうやらん。
失敗ですか？詳しく聞きたいですね。
若い頃の失敗だ。詮索するな。
教えてください。
ダメだ。子供にするような。
Brother, you're pressing. You got to come about it different ways. You got to come about it different angles. You can't just fucking shoot straight like that. You got to be like, hey, so why don't you tell me a little bit about your time as a youngster? Right? Motivational interviewing. Find different ways to get in. Eso no es muy
話
fuerte.
じゃね
Oh, the change in eyes.
任せろ。俺もおっさんの失敗は気になる。
Oh, fuck.
金田一さん、やさかえて飲みましょう。いい店があるんです。
乾杯。
はい、いってらっしゃい。
They're doing tequila shots? No fucking way, brother. No fucking way. These tequila shots going through, brother. I feel represented already. Let's go. Bro, that's a straight up like salt, lemon, shot.
このままあの人潰して。
オッケー。
男ってのは可愛い女の子に継がれた酒は飲み干すもんだ。
酔わせておっさんの恥ずかしい過去とやらを引き出すぞ。やり口悪いな。
It is a dirty trick, but it often works a lot. However, you also got to be really careful about the way that they approach certain situations. There are a lot of grounding techniques that help a lot of people maintain like that level of like not falling into, you know, being drunk, that drunk state, simply by grounding themselves and being able to stand up often and walk around and grab a drink of water and keep drinking. And it can seem like you're still having a lot of fun. Like a lot of people probably really won't notice it. He ain't throwing away his shots. But like it's approaching it with the right angle that you're able to go to maintain yourself for a while, right? In comes into the next question though, which is why does he want to know the old man's blunders too? Huh. They aren't even legally allowed to people who are yeah.
金田一さん、この子役者なんだけど使ってあげてよ。
ルナです。
機会があったらな。
ここはどういう店なんです？
モデルとかアイドルとか顔が良くても食えないやつは多い。そういうやつが事務所に内緒で働く店だ。
Appeared into commercials.
それはまた。
ヤッホー、楽しんでる。
会員制だからバレるリスクも少ない。
So you head pat her? She comes through, right? And you head pat her. My dude just fucking Giga Chad the fuck out of this, brother. They come through. It's not even a hi. It's not even a, yeah, he is him, brother. It's not even a, hey, what's it like? How's it going? Hey, you know, he's just like head pat. Like, it's all good. It's all good. She's probably a regular and he just knows her. Man's a regular for sure.
結構多いぞ、こういう店。
その感じ、割と通ってる感じですね。
Right.
まあな、俺可愛い女の子好きだから。結局俺らは口の固い同業者としか遊べないからな。今日
Why are him and Aqua so fucking similar? My God, their thought patterns, the way that they interact, the way that like they like touch on other people and whatnot. It's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. I still don't know why they're called head pats when they don't pat, they rub. Well, some people pat, right?
応援者と色恋も面倒が多い。カジュアルに遊ぶならこういう場所がちょうどいいわけだ。
オレンジジュースください。
オッケー。
はい。飲んでねえな、姫川。
やべ、バレた。
かの知らずが、ここまで育ててやった君を忘れて。飲め。
はいはい、飲みますって。
二人はどういう関係なんです？
俺は養護施設出身でさ、施設出た後、金田一さんに何かと面倒見てもらったんだよ。
養護施設？
欠けてるやつはいい。欠けてる部分を求めるように技術を吸収して。
To fill what they're lacking, right?
姫川がまさにそうだった。
人聞きの悪い。
だってそうだろうが。星野、お前もそうだ。お前たちの芝居は似ている。
Your guys' acting is
欠けてる人間の演技だ。
I mean
まともな人間じゃないやつが真人間のふりをしている。
sure.
人とは違うから周りを観察して世の中に順応しようとしてきたやつの芝居。
That's a cool shot.
確かに、その気はあるかもな。
惜しいな。お前はつまらん演技をするやつだと思った。だが終盤の演技、本物の感情が見えた。あれは本物のやつだ。面白い。まあ、俺の指導が良かったんだよね。
すぐ自分の手柄にするじゃん。
何よ。何にもなかったこいつを売れっ子まで育ててやった。なのに飲まねえ。飲め。
Oh, bro.
飲ませ
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys got him a little too
ソファに
drunk.
横になるぞ。
俺が育てた。
Why do they keep highlighting that? I raised you. I made you into the star that you are. That's such.
すまんな。おっさんの過去話はいずれ引き出してやるから。
別にいいですよ。
Head pillow. Oh
今
yeah.
日はあなたと話がしたかったんです。このタイミングを待っていました。これを。何これ？
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Oh, little sicky, feeling all the strength. I got all these games, but they don't
What the
ease pain.
fuck? What the fuck, guys? What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah. It's determined that there's a high possibility that the individuals are half siblings who share the same biological father. You're a wizard, Ed. Aoko's so casual about it. He just threw it down because it's a lot better to just be very open like that. But Ruby's got a new brother. Quick, Ed. Peel cheese. Father. What the fuck? So then the dad is just the deadbeat dad somewhere out there in the fucking world that like leaves his kids somewhere out there to be raised by other people, essentially. But like with their personality, even with the gender, isn't Aqua's personality based on his previous life too? Well, you also have to think about who do you surround yourself with, right? A really lame name. Are you surrounding yourself with kids your age, or are you surrounding yourself with other, like mostly adults or other individuals out there who might be taking you to go ahead and like do certain things, right? Doesn't necessarily always have to be like, oh well, it's a genetic predisposition. Not necessarily. Like we can talk a little bit about like the geneticism in psychology, right, or like epigenetics. But for the most part, we can take a look into the environmental and ecological aspects of things, right? Star Wars, Aqua, Himekawa, I am your brother, also kills people, right? Being orphans might be an environmental similarity, and even past that, right? You also have to remember they're in the same culture, right? They're in the same environment that is acting, that is the entertainment industry, which unfortunately it does impact a lot of individuals. Ed the Prophet strikes again. I wish, man. This is... What the fuck? What the fuck? That Himekawa is 220. At least his family tree branches.
遺伝子鑑定書。
Oh.
俺と姫川さん、
Oh.
父親が同じなんですよ。
Oh.
教えてくれませんか？
Who is our father?
あなたの父親。
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Welcome to the family, son. Do you think the father looks more like Aqua or Himekawa? I don't fucking know. Probably a mix of both or something, right? So if we go to Akana's info about the dad being middle school with I and almost 4 years older than Aqua, I visibly gasped that. Did you, Ulk? Wait, hold on. Then does that mean that the dad was S8 as a kid? Because if the dad and I were the same age, doesn't that mean that the dad was S8 as a kid? If he's 4 years older than Aqua, unless the mother was also his age, right? Unless the mother was also his age, but let's take that into consideration, right? They're the same age. No, they're not. Were they the same age? Sure, we could talk about it. But more than likely, as I was mentioning, right? It's the entertainment industry. There are guys and girls and cougars. Trust me when I say and cougars and guys and older, I guess, gilfs out there that do creepy shit. They really do creepy shit, you know? We don't know the age. We don't know about the father so far in the anime. Which brings up the question, because he's 4 years older. Him and I were the same age, which was, 15, 16. So minus 4, that brings him up to, what, like 12? Is there... that's what I'm wondering, Seashell. Is there a male word for cougar? We only know I was 16. So, you guys are saying I and them were the same age, right? So that's the main regard. I was high school, 16, right? So, take it back 4 years, right? That's 12. That's 12 or 13. You guys are saying it earlier, and now you guys are fucking fighting one another. What is it? What is it? You guys are over here like they were the same age. And now you guys are like, No, they weren't. I'm fucking sus now, bro. I prefer the gender neutral predator, personally. Sure. But we don't know if the father was Meltzad. Ed he was 12 or 13, right? He's 4 years older, right? We just don't want spoilers. Get the spoilers from the manga, please. You guys are going so fucking quick. So 20 years ago, right? That's wild. That is fucking wild. Because then, again, everything comes down to timeline. And where did this fall into place? That is the question I have. That is a fucking question I have. Oof. Oof. All right, fucking banger of an ending here. Hold on. Wait, see you in 2 weeks? What the fuck do you... Oh, next week's the episode recap, huh? I'm crying. Holy shit, brother. This episode's fucking goated. This was awesome, dude. This was fucking awesome. Wow. That's some good shit. That's some good shit, but we ain't done. And you know why we ain't done? You know why we ain't done? Chat. You know why we ain't done? Because it's time. The OP never ended. How much of an impact does she have? How much of an impact is she gonna have on this fucking story? And why the fuck does it look like it's genetics? Chat, how much of an impact is she gonna have on the fucking story here? And like, there's a whole fucking genetical, like, you know, DNA strand coming in the fucking background here. How much does she fucking know? Hold on. Everything's just like leading up to it. It makes this like superficially creepy look. Right? So we have the hands, and the hands metaphor comes back somewhere around here, right? Somewhere, yeah. Releasing it. Eye is there. Releasing it. Aqua's there. Are these the hands that take? Are these the... Ooh. 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 Seeing it in reverse gives me a different fucking vibe. So all of a sudden, it's like these hands, right? The hands involved in whatever the fucking industry might be, have taken our Aqua, right, or have taken the Goro Sensei, right, or the doctor, and have taken I, right, and we're looking at their hands as like agents of change or being able to change our environment. But on the other hand, what I just said made me think: if I reincarnated, could her presence be in the audience at the end of the OP? Oof, those hands! What are those hands? Hold on. Look at the way she. So they have to wear the mask. There's all this stuff that's happening, but they'll put on a fucking display. A lot of dark shit. Wait, is him wearing the coat and not to him accepting the dark path? Right? All of a sudden, we get like a different perspectives. We got reverse video, but forward sound. Oh shit! It's 4 episodes. Season 2 has had 13 episodes recaps. Aren't counting in this episode. Well, that was interesting, and it's amazing because it's like if we take this time, we could probably analyze it a little bit more. But just looking at the way that this was actually tackled is so fucking interesting. All right, Ed. Now inverted. By the way, Himikawa is 2 years older than Aqua, right? So if our theory about the dad is that he was 12. He's 2 years? I thought he was 4 years. Wait, what's going on? Okay, now cut this out. The spectrograph. Yeah, there's 101 things, but my God. That is fucking wild, and that is awesome. It's awesome to see things even like in reverse sometimes because you get a different feel for what might be there, right? And that might give you a different perspective. This is why you sometimes get individuals to tell you the stories. Like, hey, can you tell me your story? Like what happened like backwards or forwards or so on and so forth. With that, though, ladies and gentlemen, where the fuck are we going to go? Where are we going to go, ladies and gentlemen? Like, actual fucking question. Where are we going to go? Where does the show go from here? And what is the next thing that this entails? Because color me interested. Color me fucking interested. Because I have a feeling like we're about to go in for a whirlwind of pain. To the next arc. To the next arc, ladies and gentlemen. God damn. Hold on. Making sure we're good. Looks like we're good. Holy shit. That was absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, my main regard with all of this is sometimes shows really have like layers and layers of depth. And that's Oshinoko. And I think you can tell by the opening analysis. I think you guys can tell by the amount of time that we actually spend just looking at it, right? And trying to go out and understand some of the character motivations, what makes them them. This show is absolutely phenomenal. And I cannot recommend it enough. How it could get even more peak than it has already been. But apparently it's going to go even more peak, ladies and gentlemen, which is what I'm excited about. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, especially if you're on YouTube, I appreciate you guys coming on by. Arigatou gozaimasu. Hope you guys practice some self-care. Hope you guys maybe picked up some things, learned a couple things, enjoyed a couple things, because holy crap, I'm really, really curious where this is going to go. And I'm kind of scared, and I guess I'm going to ask this. If the father killed, hold on, before we leave, if the father killed the doctor, or has he killed others before then? Or is he willing to kill, or will he kill more? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you guys off with that thought, as that's what's racing through my fucking mind right now, and trying to go ahead and see where will this story go? Where will this story go, ladies and gentlemen? With that being said, practice some self-care, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, that whole ordeal. Come and join us on fucking Twitch almost every Friday here at 6 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all. Bye. I love you guys. Be safe.